Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. So, what is DevOps? That is the first question. Okay, you should know because this is the course you have attended, DevOps. Second question you should be having in your mind: why we are learning DevOps? Why DevOps? Why you are learning DevOps? Why organizations are opting and hiring a DevOps resources only? Okay, why you are learning that I'm sure about it. Okay, but we should know why organizations wants to migrate about DevOps to the DevOps and stuff like that. And the third question you should ask yourself: how to do DevOps? Okay, so what is DevOps? Why do we need it? And how to do that? Okay, so these are the three questions I will try to get you an answer for it. So all of you are ready? Any doubts? Any questions? Okay, so now in order to understand the DevOps, you have to discuss little bit about the history of software development and practices. Okay, so here what I did, I put it all these things in the three bracket. Something which we were doing in 1990s, something which we are doing in 2000, and something which we are doing in 2020s. Okay. So if you go in the history and then see that what are the how you were running applications. So then you'll say, yeah, nothing great about it. We were running application on desktop, and still we are using laptop, which is a kind of form of desktop only. And then if I ask you, okay, let me run one software in desktop, and if you start from scratch and then you set up one application, how much time it will take? So you probably say one day. When I say that means 8 hours or something. So what you'll do, you'll buy one laptop, go to the SP Road if you're in Bangalore, buy one laptop. Step number 2, install operating system. Step number 3, install all the prerequisite. Step number 4, install applications. And then validate and then say, okay, it's ready. Correct now? All of you? All of you?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. Now, how we are using the application? So console based, still I'm using the console, the one which is I'm showing you my screen. It's a console only, right? Console, Windows console, uh, Linux also we got a console, right? So if you want to buy the software, let's say if your organization wants to sell the software to you in 1990s, how they used to do that? CDs, you know that used to buy the gaming software, Office software, Windows Office OS and all. So if you ask Microsoft or Adobe companies like that, what is your release cycle? So they'll simply say 1 year. You know that Microsoft.
release the Office, Windows, Adobe release the Photoshop, and different products also, different companies also. So they say 1 year. That means it's like a release cycle is used to happen in 1 year. So at that time, what was the architecture which they were following? Architecture means how the application is being developed. Architect. Monolithic. Monolithic means you have a 200 features. Let's put it in only one package and one package, one software. Everything is become a monolithic. Example of monolithic is like MS Office. MS Office, you have one package, you install it hundred of times you might have installed throughout after since started the engineering courses. And then if you go and ask, okay, Microsoft or Adobe system, what is the development model you are following? Then say waterfall model. Are you able to see the bottom section of this page slides? Or
Yes, I can see waterfall.
yeah, waterfall. So this is something which we were doing in 1990s, and we all know that. Now let's talk about the 2000. So this is the waterfall model, which you can see the development model. And if you look at this waterfall model, it used to do the software development at least in 6 months or 1 year. Then you'll say, why 1 year? So you will come to know in waterfall model, whatever the requirement you have, first you gather. So let's say 2 months for requirement gathering. Then you design all the requirement. It will take 2 months. Then you code, implement that code. Probably it will take 3 months. Then you test it and then probably you deliver it. So all together, if you see that, it's become 1 month, 1 year. Why? Because you design, you require, you work on the requirement, not one requirement. You have a tens of requirement for the entire year because your cycle is yearly. And if you say to the user, hey guys, I have got only one feature, then they will get upset. So of course you'll have a 10, 20, 30 features for this. So this is the waterfall model, and I'm assuming most of you are comfortable with it, nothing great about it, right? So now the question you should ask, why these guys are using waterfall model? Before waterfall model we had a hierarchical model, before hierarchical network model. So many models we had actually. But the question is why they are opting for new model. So guys, before waterfall model, how many years used to take for the software development? Do you have any idea? How many years? If you develop any software, how many years used to take? 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. DARPA, there's one organization in USA, security organizations. They used to spend 5 to 7 years just to develop one application. And by the time the application is released in the market, the use cases has been changed. That is the something which used to happen. So waterfall model, everyone got excited. Oh, waterfall model, this model will help us to release the software faster. Just like you were excited about the DevOps today, we were excited for the waterfall model at that time. Okay, so that's a waterfall model. Why we opted for it? Because we wanted to improve the quality of the software. We wanted to do the immediate release. We wanted to do the cost reduction in a development and runtime. So these are the reasons which we had. Always these are the reasons which we had. So we opted for waterfall model. But you know what? Suddenly we got the internet, and you know that. So when we got the internet, then we migrated our software to the browser based. Earlier console based, now browser based. So when you are accessing application in the browser, so is it running in your laptop? Tell me that application, was it running in your laptop? What do you think?
No,
No. It's running where?
servers.
In the data centers. See, earlier you were running in your laptop. Earlier you were running your laptop, that application. You were owning that software. Buying a license is like become owner of it. Now you don't own any software. You are accessing some applications. Let's say I started using application like a Hotmail, Google searches, and then Reddit. I don't know why Reddit got shut down or minimized their footprint. It was very popular services at that time, right? Yahoo and then Gmail. So these all applications you started using. You started using banking applications. Orkut, if you remember, Orkut, social networking website. So all these applications came on the internet, and you were not running the software. It was running in the data center by some organizations. So this is a change which has happened in our life. Okay, so one more thing. Don't think you are a software engineer right now. Think in terms of general perspective. Like you are not having laptop. Most of the people may not have a laptop. Only different ways to access. So then what happened? Then what happened in 2000 onwards? Then organization thought, okay, this is a very costly deal to run application in the physical servers. Let's migrate to virtual servers. I'm not discussing, I'm not teaching you why we migrated to physical servers from physical servers to virtual server. Probably you know that. But you know what, guys, virtual servers brought many advantages also. Setup time got reduced from 1 day to 5 minutes. You know that. You know that. If you don't know, anyways, I'll teach you virtual servers. But let's say if someone will ask me, Rajesh, can you go and run the some software? So I'll do nothing. I'll go to the AWS, get one virtual server. I'll go to my laptop, get one virtual server. I'll go to the public or private cloud. I'll get a virtual server, install some prerequisite, install app. Within a 5 minutes, everything is ready. You know that. So consumptions become a browser based. How we started delivering the software through the download or something. And you know what? Here we got release cycle 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So see here. I'll put it in a very simple way. Okay. If Yahoo will say, hey, there is a bug in the software. You said there is a bug in the software in Yahoo, and Yahoo will respond, okay, no problem. I'll fix after 1 year. Will you use it that website? Tell me.
No, till 1 year.
That is what Microsoft used to do. That Microsoft
Microsoft.
used to do this. Yeah. Microsoft used to sell Office, MS Office, Windows software, and if you create one new bug, they'll say, okay, no problem, I'll fix it after 1 year, after 6 months, at least after 3 months. Why? Because not everyone was getting impacted. Not everyone was getting impacted. Only few customers. So they're okay with the relaxations and all. But now, if there is a problem in a Yahoo, then everyone is getting impacted. So we wanted to reduce the release cycle. Then people started talking about like you and me. Hey, how can we release? How can we reduce the release cycle? See, we have a tens of work to do, and we earlier we used to do in 1 year this tens of work. Now we are saying to do in 2 weeks. Then we say no, 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 no. It's not like 2 weeks will do the tens of work. You'll do only one work in 2 weeks. That means instead of delivering 10 work, 10 feature in 1 year, let's deliver the one feature in 2 weeks. So that way it will be more better way, more faster, immediate feedback, release cycle will be reduced, and people will be happy about it, about the software. So then we suggested, okay, fine, what architecture will design then in that case? So then many organizations, many scientists came and say, hey, let's do the SOA. SOA means service oriented architecture. That means don't run in the monolithic, keep the web server separate, app server separate, a database separate, so we can control the distributed in a way. Web server we need it because of internet, app server we need it because of application, and database servers also keep it separate. Not, let's not keep it in a one monolithic. So we got SOA, service oriented architecture. So then scientists started talking about, okay, still we are running the virtual servers, 5 minutes browser download, 2 weeks and SOA. So what model we should use it? Because waterfall model is what designed for desktop based application. console based application. This model will not work for a browser based application. So what to do? Waterfall will help us to get you the release in 1 year. So then they say, okay, let's do one thing, let's bring the agile model. So please understand that in waterfall model what was happening, please remember, please hear me out. In waterfall model, dev was separating. See, if you look at this here, requirement team were separate, design team were separate, coding programming team were separate, testing team were separate, operations were separate. In the waterfall model, every teams were separate. So see, there is one product, but 5 different teams were there at that time. I think if you are, some of you are from the old school, still you've been called architect, requirement architect, or design architect, or programmer, or tester, or maintenance means ops guys or something. Correct, now? All of you? All of you? Hello?
You are right, Rajesh.
So what we did in our agile model, guys, I'm not doing the training of agile, but if you find interest agile, learning agile and all, scrum, kanban, just go through some of the offline readings. It will help you. Then scientists from the software development who design the processes and practices, they say let's do the agile. Then people started asking what is agile. I remember that when I started getting into the training, just like you are getting a training for DevOps, I was getting a training for agile actually, to be honest. I remember I used to say, what is agile? Why do we need it? Why this boring training they are conducting for 3 days? And all this jargons only. No, we used to think we will learn some coding actually, but nothing. There was some jargon, some concept, some philosophy, some sort of theory, and some sort of stuff. So what is agile? In simple way, I'll put it up. In agile, what we did, we combined the development team and testing team. Earlier, these teams were separate. In waterfall model, these teams were separate. We combine the development team and testing team and say, hey, you do this work in 2 weeks. Simple. How do you do that? There is some mechanism in agile which you have to do that. That means do only one work, but do it together as a one team called agile team. I will call agile team, not a development team, not a testing team. And you have to complete this in 2 weeks, 1 week, or 3 weeks, or something like that. Okay, and then probably you can go into that scrum master and planning this, that, and all stuff like that in offline. So now we got a development model agile. So guys, this is the story of 2000 onwards. Are you comfortable with this stuff, all of you?
Yeah.
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 But guys, now we'll talk about 2020s. 2020s. Okay, this is the image of agile. Uh, uh, Again, I'm requesting you all to take this offline. So here you see that all the teams, there's only one team called agile, and this will consist of dev and QA, not operation. Operation is still separate in agile actually. Okay, please remember that. So there will be product owner, scrum master, and all stuff like that. So simple way, dev and QA put it together, they given a combined task of doing the one work in 2 weeks. Simple. And they will do the meeting every day and they'll work together. Whatever the issue, they will work together. Earlier in waterfall model, there were 5 different teams, but agile at least brought the development and QA together, and we call it agile team. Okay, so now then you'll ask me, Rajesh, waterfall was okay. In fact, trust me on this. I was feeling very comfortable with waterfall model. I said, why we are going to waterfall to agile? It's just lots of training, lots of jargon, lots of new practices. So we got comfortable with the waterfall actually. We were very relaxed. Okay, so there is one product, there were 5 teams, and we used to call, I was in a development team, so we'll say, hey, testing team is not doing the work, or architect is is they are blind, sending any requirement to us without proper study. There was so much of gap earlier actually between the teams. So much of gaps between the architect team, development team, QA team, and operations team. So much of gap, and client also, by the way. So that's the reason we used to take 1 year. But now, because we said, okay, development and QA, there's no two team, there's one team called agile team. We need to work together. So when you have people working together instead of isolated way, definitely things will be proper. So why we migrated from the waterfall to agile? Simple reason, same reason always. You wanted to improve the quality of the software. You want to do immediate release because of internet, and you want to reduce the cost reduction in development and runtime. Development and runtime means data center cost also, and development cost also, because if you work together, faster, better. Not like you get a less salary, but you will do the more work actually, more work, because you will have a less wastage actually. So it's like that. So these are the reasons. So guys, then we got the different evolution altogether, and right now we are in 2020s. So how you are consuming application? See, don't say I'm consuming my application because of I'm going to laptop and browser. It's not something, but I'm not talking about the software engineers. I'm talking about the end users, like my mother, my father, my brother, who's not software engineers. Sorry. So how do they use the softwares? So they'll simply go to the devices like Android devices or iPhone devices, and then click on the browser, or sorry, click on the app, and they'll consume the software. Right? This is something what you are doing also. You started with the WhatsApp, banking, UPI, news. You think about it. Your life is changed actually. You don't want to touch. You don't want to sit in front of laptop anymore. Just being lying on the bed with the devices, and then you keep touching the screens hell lot of time, uncountable, and things like that. So this is how this we are consuming applications now. 4G and 5G, in fact 5G has come. So 5G, probably what we'll do, we'll have a virtual training. That means you will be sitting in front of me, you will be in you will be in your room, I'll be in my room, but as if we are sitting next to each other. We'll have this one, what is it called, metaverse, correct? No, metaverse. So your avatar will be in next to me. As if I'll be talking to your avatar as if like a real. Okay. So whatever the story you have or story you have heard about this in our the textbook. So people getting disappear immediately, coming appearing immediately. All this you might have watched that God's movies and all. So that will become true in few years itself. Okay. So yeah, so this is a different way we are consuming the applications and stuff like that. So what is the characteristics here? If you look at this, earlier we were consuming the application in the isolated environment. That means if I'm using my office, is it connected to your MS Office? No, not, it's not connected. But now let's say if I'm using WhatsApp, are you using the different WhatsApp? Tell me. What do you think? Are you using the different WhatsApp or same WhatsApp? Same ICICI Bank or different ICICI Bank? Application I'm talking about.
Same.
Same.
Same, we know that, nothing great about it. We all are using same WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, coding for some website. Nowadays you code also, troubleshoot also, debug also, deploy also in the cloud itself. We don't need a laptop at all. Everything in the cloud. Cloud 9 services of AWS you can use for that. So everyone is connected actually using the same software. So then people started talking about, people means, when I say people means Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, Amazon. They started talking about, hey, how can we improve the quality? At the same time, we can reduce the cost of the development and runtime, and also improve the quality of the software also. How can we do that? How can we do that? Many organizations, we wanted to improve the quality release of the software, immediate release of the software, reduction in development and runtime. Every time software organization has this goal only, and we are having every time the technology change and process change because of this reason. There's no other reasons. So one version of software we have it, we all are accessing the same, everyone is connected, and what do we want? 24/7 up and running with a no downtime. Let me put it in a very simple example. Let's say you are rushing to the office, and I'm sure you might be in that situation almost every second or third day. You are rushing to the office, and Ola is not responding only for 3 seconds. Let's say you are the user. You are the kind of user who've been using Ola from last 3 years, 5 years. Very honest to the your brand, but suddenly it's down only for 3 seconds. What you will do? Tell me.
You will go to the Uber. You will go for Uber.
See, all the customer loyalty is gone into the toss because of the only downtime of 3 seconds. Only 3 seconds. See, earlier I remember that my dad, I used to tell, he used to have a bank account in SBI bank. I used to tell, let's go for ICICI bank. No, 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 no. Will not go for that. It's a loyalty actually towards the SBI. They have a loyal customers. Nowadays, we don't have any loyal customers. Only see, we were struggling with SBI so much. We were in a queue for 1 hour. You know that how it works. I don't have to explain it to you. Government banks, now they have improved. But still, we are not changing the bank. This is called loyalty. But now only 3 seconds downtime, and you change the vendor. Change the tool itself. You migrate it to Uber. You don't like Flipkart, migrate to Amazon. You don't like ICICI Bank, you migrate to HDFC Bank. So see, it's all simple, so simple. So organization, look at the problem of the organization because the loyalty is less. So these organizations like Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, Amazon, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, these all are very, 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 very tense because they want to retain their customers. So they have to up and running 24/7 without a downtime also. So ultimately, Facebook, who's working? You guys are working, right? Microsoft, who's working? You guys are working. Amazon, who's working? You guys are working. We all are working as a software engineers, and that's our responsibility. That's our responsibility to have the application up and running 24/7 without even single millisecond of downtime. How can you do that? That's your responsibility. Think about it. So we started migrating because that was not solving our purpose. Virtual servers, 5 minutes, that's too much for us. So it was not solving our purpose. So what we did, we migrated to containers. Now what is container here? So this I'll teach you. Docker sessions will be there for you. So how much setup time? Only 1 second. See the reduction of time. You want to set up one application? 1 second. You want to set up thousands of applications? 1 second. How? Containers with the help of Docker and Kubernetes. Both I'll teach you. How we are consuming application through apps. We have a Play Store, App Store, and all. We download, install, and remove all these things. And what should be the release cycle? Yes, 1 year. Sorry, 1 hour. My bad. 1 hour. So now you will say, Rajesh, how can it be possible? Same question I asked in 2000 when I was going through this training. How you are releasing the product in 1 year and you are asking now to reduce it in 2 weeks? How can that be possible? So same question you can ask now also. How can it be possible? Release in 1 hour, release in 30 minutes? How can it be possible? So you have to change many things. You have to change the platform. You have to change the architecture. You have to change the development model. You have to change the mindset also, your mindset. Culture of your team also you need to change. Many things has to be changed in order to support this 1 hour release. Because there is a problem in the software. Let's say Facebook cannot say wait for 2 weeks. You know that they have to do everything immediately. Immediate release, that's important. So then we started talking about, okay, let's do one thing. Let's not use the SOA. That's not going to work. Divide our software into, see what we did here. In a monolithic, we had everything assembled together. In SOA, at least web server, app server, and database server, we keep it separate. Now what we are saying in this from last few years, let's do one thing. Let's not have only one application server which is hosting hundreds of features. Let's create hundreds of microservices. So let's say 1 millions of code divided into 100. So it'll become how much? Anyone who is good in math?
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.